Okay, so guys, I know I hadn't posted on this channel in a while, but I think that it's important that I do it today. I feel like this is as good a sign as any. I was gonna do something later on, but I think this right here is more important. So I'm on my way home and I am gonna talk to you guys about water, because I was supposed to be talking about like health and whatnot. And so the biggest thing, the first thing that I was always told whenever I started thinking about getting healthier was water is key. Everything else can wait, but water should be the thing that's the most important, right? And so I have, like, when I get home, I'm gonna talk to you guys about how my plan, where I drink at least 50 ounces of water a day. I'm working my way up. It's not that I don't like water, it's just basically I like the other things more. So what I normally do is when I'm having a healthy meal, I will indulge in either the spirits, right? Or either like my favorite sodas, which is Dr. Pepper, root beer, ginger ale. I like the weird soda, like just regular Coke and Sprite. They're okay, but I like the ones that got a little extra in it. And that's kind of what those three sodas have in common. So anyway, I left my house right today, and when I was leaving, I saw these people that were on the corner because they have these signs about a child in their family that is struggling with a chromosomal disorder. So I thought that I would talk about that as well. That's why you see me driving. A chromosomal disorder is just, that is something that happens when at the beginning of pregnancy. It's the building blocks. It's while the cells are dividing, right after the sperm meets the egg. So a lot of times you may not even know that you're pregnant. You might not actually technically have the hormones to say that you're pregnant as of yet. This just means that they have met and they are now starting to divide and replicate. So chromosomal disorders are a very, very big deal, because those the way those cells divide shapes the entire rest of your being. Every part of your body, every other structure in your body is going to be made up of these cells with that same abnormality. So this is an infant that they have a picture of, and as we get closer, I'll show the picture of the infant on the big poster. And when I pass things like that, I can't stop myself from giving. I had to. So I don't give anything more than what I could spare, but this is the kind of thing that makes me angry with other people in our culture, because this is a black child and this is a family. They're all out there together, and they aren't just only asking for money. They spent some of their money to buy like drinks so that you don't feel taken advantage of. It's kind of, I think, considerate. They know that they're asking for money. And insurance, whether the child gets Medicaid, there's a lot more that goes into it. If the child gets Medicaid, that only covers the doctor's bills. And I'm only saying that because a lot of our black people do get Medicaid. And let me just tell you something. If I was rich and I could find a way to get Medicaid, I still would, and keep my money in my pocket, just like the rich people already do. They don't pay taxes. They pay somebody, a smaller amount of that to get loopholes for them to not have to pay taxes, while we are struggling trying to be better than the next person. But anyway, so with that being said, like, if the child is in the hospital, you have to pay for parking if you're driving a car there, or either you have to get somebody to drop you off, or either you move in there, which means you're not going to work. And they don't cover your food. They just only cover the food for the child, the patient. So you have to eat while you're in there. You're gonna need incidentals. So a lot of people think, oh, well, once your medical bills are paid, that's all you need. Anything other than that. And I hate when y'all claim that somebody is using the money for some illicit gotten reason, because now they don't get the help they need. And it is hard enough having a disabled child, and you can't even live anymore. You can't care for somebody unless you are taken care of. So when you guys work together to stop helping an adult or a caregiver that's helping someone who is in fact sick, when y'all forget about that person, they die. Now, unless you're going, and die is hyperbole, all right? Don't start. So unless you're going to then take over for that person and start caring for the sick or infirmed, well, then somebody's gonna need to help you too. And in an ideal world, the family would take turns, but even then, with something as severe as a chromosomal disorder, that is not gonna be enough. It's like a given that somebody is gonna go without, somebody's gonna struggle and starve. So my point for that is, I can't be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't understand why I would go to the nearest store, get any amount of money that I can, and bring it back to them. I can't do it all because I'm not rich. So my hope is that other people that are driving by are also stopping. That leads me also to let you guys know how important it is for you to take care of yourself if you are sexually active, let alone planning a baby or not. Because I would hate for you to have taken every precaution and you happen to be that 1% that gets pregnant anyway, and now you, on top of that, you already weren't trying to get pregnant, and now this surprise baby, and it's unhealthy because you was living some wacky lifestyle. Men, your sperm, y'all, these bad habits that you feel like you're capable of engaging in because you're not the one carrying the baby, that is false. You still have to be healthy as well, because you are the other half of that DNA. And sometimes, even if the woman is the most healthiest person on the planet, if all you do is feed your body toxins, that baby can still be messed up, and it's all from the very beginning. And then, you know, God forbid you have the audacity to blame her and her womb. Okay, so hold on. Let me see if I can, where's the camera? Okay, so you know, with that being said, my hope is that I really just kind of, I asked if they had like a PayPal or anything, email. They said they didn't, and they're probably telling the truth because they're kind of older. There are some younger people out there, but you know, it is what it is. Let me see if I'm allowed to zoom in. And can we not have police Patty calling on these people? And look, she's singing too. She's like trying to keep spirits up, I guess, while she's going through all of this. Anyway, so what happens is, I can't focus on the sign and I can't turn. So anyway, so what happens is, a lot of times we want to focus. The light just turned. Now leave me alone. Hell. So a lot of times we want to focus only on what somebody's doing right now. Like, this is, if that's not a glaring reminder that you are always, you know, supposed to be on, you don't have time to slack, especially if you're in, you know, childbearing years. And for men, y'all like to brag that y'all can make a baby till 70. Well, you need to be healthy until 70 then. You know, like, oh well, at least we get a window and we know, y'all, from 13 to 70, you need to put down all of the extra stuff. Which leads me to a discussion. I don't like when men claim that dealing with pregnant women is irritating to them. Are you serious? You irritating. My son's dad, right? My son's paternal grandmother worked my last nerve during my pregnancy. She just, like, she is a baby boomer and the embodiment of what happens when you give a black bitch a nursing degree. Now, I know some nurses that are very sweet, very kind-hearted, that still are a woman, that still is a decent human being, but she feels like that makes her better than her sisters, and they roast her every chance they get about it. She literally came to my house to tell me that when me and him got into an argument, that I should understand when he leaves the house to go drink beers with his friends, because a pregnant woman can stress him out. So I'm guessing that's probably why her husbands, that she planned a baby by herself with these niggas, she ain't tell them about the plan because they was out cheating. Maybe She needs to accept the fact that you was irritating. And that's why them niggas cheated on you, and you thought you pulled some big pimp move to show up and catch them and say, oh, you know you busted, right? They ain't care. They was in public. They ain't give a fuck. Your irritating ass. That is annoying. So anyway, it is with a heavy heart that I plead the case for the babies in utero. This kind of thing right here. The mom, I don't know if she knew that the child was going to have a chromosomal disorder, but how all of that I just went into leads into this discussion is because look at the world that we're bringing these babies into. I am in fact pro-choice, and the reason I'm pro-choice, that does not mean pro-abortion. It means you could choose to have a baby. There are also alternatives. You could choose to have the baby and give it up for adoption. You could choose to have the baby and raise it. You don't always have to choose abortion. Pro-choice means everybody gets to do what they're capable of, because grown people, I have not won the lottery yet. I don't have enough money to help you take care of a kid. So I would love to be able to say that we're bringing these kids into a world where it's so amazing. And I just think about this baby with this disorder. You know how many people are going to whine and complain about the baby needing things? There are some men who left their children because the child was disabled and the mom may have been stressed out, or money was tight and they wanted to still be able to live their life. Now, from the looks of it, this baby that I just, that the family's raising money for, it doesn't look like she has any shortage of people that love and care about her. But there are so many kids that are born with disorders that do not. So I think about, like, my heart is heavy when I pass things like that, because I think about what that child probably has to go out into in this world. People that are so hung up on looks. Now, I looked it up. It doesn't seem like it has any physical outwardly deformities. I think they said chromosome 9. I didn't see anything that said that it was going to be physical where you could notice it. But she's going to have trouble. And it's a girl. Yes, it's a baby girl. According to science, baby girls are stronger than baby boys. So that means this must be a doozy of a disorder here. Anyway, people that are caught up on looks, people that are caught up in arrogant thinking that life is supposed to just always be easy and convenient. This is, at some point, like, I can't promise that baby that between now and her death, hopefully it's not untimely, that she's not going to hear someone call her birth a mistake. You know, y'all go around and y'all are talking to parents, single parents, about how they were irresponsible and all of that. You know what the child hears? The child hears, I'm the reason for my parents getting yelled at and not having any support. I was a mistake. It's healthy babies that are being talked to like this. So the difference between me and other people is I think babies, no matter how they get here, are a cause for celebration. But I also happen to live in the real world where some of these babies are not born to loving, caring families such as that one. They might be born to people who are abusive. They might get, be in a place at the wrong time and be kidnapped and then thrown into a harmful and dangerous situation. We never know. So the point for all of this is that we, like, I can't remember who said it, but we don't value children as an asset in our culture. Are there disorders and deficiencies and whatnot that can be avoided? Yes. Some of them cannot. And I don't want it to sound like I'm blaming either one of those parents. I just, hope that everybody's understanding from this conversation that you have to check up on your health and everything beforehand, before you get pregnant. Even if you are taking every precaution to not get pregnant, which, by the way, everything that you take to prevent, conception of a birth from that action that you like and enjoying, let's be real. You are putting something foreign into your body, and you are going against nature and what the body was designed to do after that act. Yeah, sounds messed up, don't it? Something so fun to y'all. It just comes with all this responsibility afterwards. Oh no, right? So anyway, all of those things have side effects, even condoms. So you aren't gonna ever just get away scot-free and just have all the fun you want. That means you guys need to understand that as being adults, we have a responsibility. We have things that we should be doing. It's not all fun and games, okay? A lot of people I notice have only gotten grown just so they can do whatever they wanted to do, so you could go out and do all of the stuff that your parents stopped you from doing when you was living in their house. And that's ridiculous. That is childish. And that's what I hear every time y'all have these arguments about what the other gender is not doing. I hear childishness. I hear the world should cater to me. I hear, well, I'm grown and I can do what I want if you can handle the consequences. See, this I don't mind giving to. I didn't mind contributing to that. That is a baby that didn't ask to be here and cannot do anything for herself, and probably, I don't know, is going to have a hard time doing so at any age. Don't come at me with the next thing that most black people say that irritates me. Well, how do you know that they're not lying? Really? Well, first of all, that's not my problem. The behavior that they did, I like that the reaction in me is to give and to help and to be concerned and to look in the mirror and see if I meet any of that criteria. I like that reaction in me, and it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna change, and that's the right reaction in order for us to have a strong and sustainable culture. I like that. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Second, if they did lie, well, somebody should find out, and like, nothing ever stays hidden, so it's gonna come out. And then they need to be exposed. And then they will have stiff penalties as a deterrent for anybody else doing it going forward. But that's not my job. That my job is not to worry about whether they lie. If I can't spare the amount of money that I gave to them and it not hurt me, then I shouldn't have done it in the first place. Not everybody is in a position to give at every time you see something. Had I not had the money, then I would have just driven by. But this is just a thing that I've been doing. It's kind of my version of like tithing. It's how I still follow religion. What do I think God would be happy if I did, right? So leave me alone. It's my money and I get to do what I want. And anybody who says that is probably usually just a person that wishes that I was giving them the money, because what would you have done with it? Well, maybe I don't care about your cause. Maybe I care about this baby more than whatever it is you're getting ready to do. So leave me alone. Anyway, so I will upload the water thing, you know, when I get home. Well, and you know what? Maybe I'm not, because I don't feel like it anymore. Like, my mood has changed. I'll just go ahead and tell you what the water thing was. So, weekly, I get 14 bottles of water. And I fill half of them with 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and the other half with cucumber and either lemon or lime. And so I have these ice cube trays that are shaped like, you know, like the ice cubes are long and slender. So I'll cut up the cucumbers and put them in the ice cube trays, and then I'll do half of them with lemon and half of them with lime. And so I put one of those ice cubes in the water bottle in the morning. So every day I take with me 3 bottles, one plain, one apple cider vinegar, and one with the cucumber citrus. And so if I'm having a breakfast that's healthy, I'm having a mimosa or some orange juice or coffee. If I'm having a breakfast that's not healthy, then I'm gonna drink one of those. Now, this is the thing with the apple cider vinegar one. I drink that one as soon as I wake up, before I've eaten anything, and then you wait 20 minutes, because it works better if it's on an empty stomach, and it has a whole lot of benefits. It helps lose weight. It helps with cholesterol. Is heart health. So, and I have to be conscious of that, because that's the thing that I struggle with. I have a family history of heart concerns. Yeah, there's diabetes and all of that, but I'm hoping I'm not the one that gets that one, okay? I already got enough of the genes in this family with the disorders. Can the other one get something? Sounds messed up, but I'm not sorry, all right? She ain't getting none of this stuff. Why? Sheesh. Anyway, so I do that one. It helps with blood pressure. And, you know, you can look up the mechanics on your own, all right? Not in the medical field, so just do some work yourself. Then the cucumber one helps with hydration. And in Texas, it's hot. You sweat a lot. It's October now, and it's 95 degrees. Okay, so it helps because cucumbers are full of water as well. And then I forgot why the citrus is in there, but the point is it helps with a lot of stuff. I've been feeling a whole lot better ever since I started doing that. And then at some point in the day, I'll just drink a plain bottle of water. If it's an especially hot day, I might redo the citrus one. But normally I'll just drink the plain one, because hopefully by that time I'm home. And then I tried to work in a fourth one, but I mean, I like coffee, so one of those is gonna be a coffee. All right. Anyway, it would have been probably nicer if I had been but y'all know what like water looks like, right? All right, so I don't have to do the visual with it. I'll do that on the next one. It just kind of killed my mood seeing that baby, so I'm sorry. That's one of my passions. I love children. It's the younger the better. And I just feel like, with my viewpoint of kids, I think that the younger they are, the closer they are to our natural instincts. If you're a spiritual or a religious person, then they just left God, right? So they know specifically what to expect down here. I feel like he gives them a briefing before they come down here. And that's why babies have such a crabby attitude. They ain't putting up with nothing. They hollering. They don't care who's sleep they waking up. Get up. You shouldn't have been having all that fun. I'm here now. I'm crying. Where? Milk or diapers? One of them. I don't care. Figure it out. I ain't telling you nothing. That is what I think that babies were told to do to us. I think that's what they supposed to do. Because then it'll keep you in tune with one another. Love thy neighbor type thing, right? So I feel like they were sent here for a reason. That's just my, weird way. And if you were wondering, yes, like the kids in my family love talking to me, because I do have an explanation for that speech about where babies come from. And at the end of it, like the adults are usually sitting there with their mouth open like, really? Really? Why are you like this? And then the kids are like, for real? Yeah. Yeah. Does it sound true? All right, then let's go with that. So, I like messing with kids. I do. I mess with their head because it's funny to me. So anyway, the point for all of this is that if babies are the closest to what we should be as a people, without all of the we know what's best and doing things for convenience that now mess up the natural order of things, then I find it as my duty to give to that child. And she can have, now I also am against prolonging low quality of life. And what I mean by that is from the person. If a person's going to be in pain, you are not a good person just because you don't want to pull the plug. I'm not saying go do mercy killings like feeding them morphine or anything. What I'm saying is that if you are seeing that the systems are shutting down, don't stop the process because you want to drag out their life longer, and they're not even like, conscious. They're like a vegetable at this moment. You're not, God did not tell you to do that. So just stop it. That's not what we're supposed to do. You are in the way. That's not his plan. Is the opposite of that. Yeah, so, seeing this baby, kind of brought up some religious thoughts for me. So, I'm finna be solemn for the rest of the day. Anyway, so, guys, I guess, I don't know, I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but if you're watching this video, you can't say you didn't know. Bye.